gentlemen, we are here live and in color for episode 4. My goodness, thank you for all the positive feedback that you've had for us so far. I bet Brad's ass is really moist from everybody kissing it so much. We really enjoy the questions that you guys wrote in for the show also. But, you know, this is episode 4. Like I said, we are the Kickout Crew. I'm James L. Corai, and welcome to the fun. But enough about me, because it's not my show. I'm going to kick it over, see how the guy's week's been. All right, and well up first, we're going to go with Mike. So, Mike, tell us all about your week, man. How you been?
Man, I've been doing good. You know, another week at work, another week busting ass, another week here. I did, though, you know, at the store the other day, and Devyn was talking about his Pepsi Nitro. I was sitting there. I was like, you know what? That might sound good. So I was sitting there looking down the aisle and everything else. I'm like, you know what? I'm not a Pepsi man. I'm going to go get my beer. And guess what I found? I found a Miller Lite Nitro right there. This thing right here is awesome. Tastes just like a Miller Lite. Don't really get you drunk, but it'll get you fucked up. So if you get in the store, grab you a Miller Lite Nitro.
Oh, that is too
glad
good.
to hear that you've joined the Nitro train, Mike.
I need to chime in on this whole Nitro thing. I had to chime in because my wife keeps defending you, Devyn. She keeps saying over and over again, it's a great product. That's not the point. The point is, who gives a shit? That's the point, is who gives a shit? Like, I get it. Yeah, it's great, hun. I mean, why are you so up his ass about this? Devyn, you and my wife should meet, you know? Maybe she'd milk you out. I don't know.
It sounds like a brilliant lady.
It sounds like a guy that's dedicating his life to This Is Us. I think that's fucking weird. But, I mean, we're not getting on you about that.
There we go. And we have begun. You know, we got a good intro. Great shit, Mike. We've got the Miller Nitro. I didn't know that was a new flavor. I'll have to check it out in stores. I'm actually I have something to talk about. Speaking of drinks and everything, coffee, I have an issue with, and I honestly think people that don't even really like coffee because they flavor it with bullshit like sugar, creamer. You know, you got your Coffee Mate bullshit with your hazelnut, your peppermint mocha chocolata. You know, get you out of here. That's all I'm saying. You can Lady Marmalade that shit down the street. You add creamer, you add sugar, you add a flavoring. So does anybody really like coffee? That's what I'm getting at.
I like
coffee. You flavor
I live on it
to make it good, so you drink it. That's like
no,
me getting
I just put cream in my coffee and that's it. No sugar and nothing.
Why don't you just drink it plain?
Well, let me ask you that.
No.
Let me ask you this: did you like beer the first time you had it?
Well, yeah, but it's not like I grab a little seasoning of fucking peppermint mocha and add it to my beer and drink it.
Okay, I get
But you probably added a lime. You
don't fruit the beer. That's one of the main rules of drinking beer.
So you don't put lime in a Corona?
You do not fruit the beer. I don't know if I stuttered when I said it. You don't fruit the beer.
I don't agree with that. Lime in a Corona is good.
I bet it is, Brad.
Or how about hand sweat from playing beer pong? You guys sharing those ping pong balls. Our generation didn't play that, Brad. We didn't have to share them ping pong balls. They're playing beer pong. That's going to add some flavors to your beer.
You play water cups.
They use ping pong balls for other stuff now, but that's another story.
That'll add some flavor to you also.
What about those pansies that would wash off the ball, though, then use it again and throw it in the beer? Just freaking use it, all right? Who cares if it got a little dirt on it? A little dirt never hurt anybody.
At our fraternity house, I have seen many an argument, many a fight, and many a broken window and punched holes in the wall over beer pong. I'm not kidding you.
I've seen this party trick with never mind. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
No, is it a ping pong story?
Yeah, but this ain't the time of the place.
Yeah, we'll save that for the bonus content. Behind the paywall that we don't have.
So speaking of porn, you know, something happened, and we were talking at work yesterday about something that happened in 1991. Now, Devyn, again, boy, -7. So you weren't around yet. There was a guy named Paul Rubens. Does anybody know who Paul Rubens is?
Oh, Lordy, here we go.
Pee Wee Herman. That's
yes,
Pee Wee
sir.
Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
Mm-hmm.
Pee Wee Herman in 1991 got arrested for masturbating in a movie theater while watching a pornographic movie. Now, today, nobody goes to movie theater to watch pornographic movies because we can do that right from our very home on our phone, right? Perfect.
So,
well, back then, you actually had to go to a movie to do this. Now, my question is this. if the fact that he jerked off in a movie theater, I have a problem with the guy that's not jerking off in the movie theater. Who is going for an hour and 20 minutes and enjoying the cinematography or enjoying the score? I mean, I have more questions for that guy that's sitting through that entire movie than I do for Pee Wee Herman.
Right.
So,
And is he eating popcorn? And what is the buttercream on said popcorn?
right. Are there refreshments? Are there refreshments in this theater? Was this one like a little peep theater, or was this an actual theater? Because back in my day, there was actual theaters, and they actually had. So, all right, getting back to that, there was a drive-in movie theater by my house. This is one of those drive-in movies that every year it had new ownership. So, one year it's family-friendly movies, and they were always double features, family-friendly. Okay, great. Next year, no one owned it. There were just tumbleweeds everywhere. Next year, double feature of pornographic movies, triple X. Now, who's driving in there? All right, so you're driving in, you pay your $10 for the car load, and you're, speaking of loads, and then you're going to park the car. So is anybody with you? Are you bringing some people with you, your wife? Are you bringing in a group? And are you really going to sit through 2 movies? Is there a lot of in and out here?
Probably.
I can't imagine.
Here's their motto. Here was their motto. Give a load, get a load.
So yeah, again,
There you
I
go.
can't imagine someone actually being there for 3 hours. I mean, did some people come in halfway through the movie? Did they say, you know what, I don't want to watch Edward Penis Hands. I'm coming for the second feature, which is the Flint Bones. The Flint Bones is more my speed, not Edward Penis Hands. And did they think about this ahead of time? No, this is what's happening. They're driving in, and probably about 15 seconds now. All right, let's go 15 minutes. They had to park, get themselves comfortable, get themselves relaxed. 15 minutes, they're out. Because really, what is the point after that? I can't even, I think, so my point is this, Pee Wee Herman, you did the right thing. You did the right thing.
But wasn't he watching Aladdin or something when he got caught? I don't know what he was watching. I mean, I don't think that's the right movie to be doing that to.
Jasmine is hot. Jasmine is hot in Aladdin, and that is fine. She's no Jessica Rabbit, but she's top 5. She's definitely top 5.
It's not Randy Orton by no means, is it?
Ooh,
Devyn,
that's for sure.
here's your pop culture question. Do you know who Jenna Jameson is?
I sure do. I know.
I know who Jenna Jameson is.
What about a woman named
Okay.
Debbie? You know,
Now, how about
I'm
I'm gonna ask you a little known male star, Peter North.
No.
Of course, I know Peter North from Law and
Of
Order.
course.
Peter North, Mr. Big from Sex and the City. Peter North. Yeah, I think I know who it is.
He didn't know.
Look, all I know is Dallas, they do more than just have WrestleManias, and there's a woman named Debbie that's really, really known in Dallas.
They had to raise money for the cheerleading squad. Supposedly. I've never seen it, but supposedly they had to raise some money.
It's a good movie. You and your lady might need to watch it.
I kind of want to hear Devyn's take on this porn theaters and drive-in theaters, because like he watches shit on his phone and they don't really get out. Did you even know that these things existed?
I had no idea that porn was ever on a movie theater. I was completely blown out of my mind out of that. That just seems like it's
And I want to make
something
a
that should be
disclaimer.
watched at home.
I want to make a disclaimer. We are not taping on the same day, even though Devyn keeps wearing that shirt. We are not filming on the same day. That's his official Kick Out Crew shirt. So don't think we're shortchanging you. We're bringing you
Have
new
I worn this
content.
shirt a few times?
That's true. Yeah, and that's a new can of Pepsi Nitro that he has to product placement on all of our shit that he does.
So, yeah,
I
I mean-
go next if it's possible. Is that cool?
What's that?
Can I go next? Is that okay?
Yeah, you're up.
Up
It is.
next, we got Adam from Alabama, Mr. Two Pods. What's up?
Two Pod Bama, baby.
Two Pod Bama, big time. But yeah, go ahead, buddy. Take it away.
Just real quick, this ain't
Have
nothing
you
like
learned that?
last week. Just one thing, when you're trying to record stuff and you have animals in the background the whole time, and you can't really, like dogs and stuff barking in the background, and put a
That
muzzle
was
on
me.
shitheads.
That was me.
I'm just aggravating Mike.
I just hollered at him.
I got a muzzle on my kids. Y'all hear my kids? I muzzled them 20 minutes ago, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I got cats. I don't have any dogs, so they stay pretty quiet too.
Is that what we're talking about? Is that it, Bama?
I'm just aggravating Mike. I'll go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We tried to make sure we were supposed to stop there.
All right. Well, exciting stuff from the guys. We'll check back in a little later with them. But first, let's talk about the NXT Takeover 6-man, was it North American Championship?
Inaugural.
And there was a lot of inaugural debuts in this too, which we will get to. But that being said, it was NXT Takeover New Orleans, April 7th, 2018, at the Smoothie King Center in Nolens, baby. New Orleans, Louisiana. Great city. Love partying there. Bourbon Street's amazing. Hand grenades are awesome. Big ass beers. The cup says big ass beers. You know, I've been left there a time, so it's a really fun time. That being said, the attendance at the Smoothie King Center that night was 13,955 people. Pretty good attendance, I do say. Meltzer gave it 5 stars for those of you who want to justify a match rating by a guy that never wrestled, I guess. But, you know, that being said, that's a little intro to the match. And we'll kick it to the real star of the show, Brad Sutton, to guide us through this match. And, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Well,
Brad?
James, let's even though, yes, you are kicking it to me, and man, I do appreciate that. And I appreciate all the fan support out there as well. Adam, you did pick this match. So is there anything you want to talk about before we get started?
Well, just a quick lead up. There actually wasn't much of a lead up at all to this one. It was just basically like a week or two before the actual match. William Regal announced that they're going to do the inaugural NXT North American Championship, but it's going to be a 6-man ladder match. And by that time he announced it, EC3 come out. So EC3, it was one of his first times coming out on NXT. And then, you know, he don't show out his 1% EC3, but misused. Anyway, but right after that, he announced that Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, and the debuting Ricochet will be in that match. So there wasn't much of a lead up, but that's all there is to it.
So let's, you know, I know this is a big crash and burn match. We know that. It's a lot of spots. Everybody's trying real hard. I keep looking over at it because there's always something going on over there. But what's most important, I mean, what's really crazy to me in this is who's in it and who's not here anymore. Anybody here think that EC3, let me kick it to you, Mike. Was EC3 one of the biggest misses in WWE history?
Yeah, I think they could have done a lot with him. But, I mean, he had to do some more too. I don't think he put it all in there for them to want to get to him.
You're saying the charisma wasn't there, the look was there, but maybe the charisma wasn't there?
Yeah, maybe. There's something missing. I can't really put my finger on it, but there's just something missing, which I didn't really know him until he came into WWE. Like, I knew of him, didn't watch a lot of his stuff, but I don't know. I think he was missing something. Maybe he wasn't there in his head for it, or what it is. I don't know.
It was his stick work, that's for sure. He had no charisma. He had the body, he had the moves, but he didn't have the stick.
I agree with that to a point, but there's a part in this match that I thought what he did was pretty awesome. When him and Adam Cole were working together a little bit, and
Right.
then he says, "Hey, hold on a second." Adam's like, "What? What?" And he does the EC3, baby.
But yeah,
And
yeah.
I thought that was pretty clever. You know, like I said, I wasn't watching NXT at this time, and yeah, me too. I didn't know a whole lot about him before he got to until he got to the main roster, and then when I see him on the elevator fighting for the Hardcore Championship or the 24/7 Championship, you know it's you're going down, as that's the end of the road for you when you start just getting thrown into those matches.
This was his second round on NXT. He was actually, I think his name was Jason Bateman. When the NXT originally started, he had this curly
Great
hair,
name.
and he
Good
was
actor.
with Daniel Bryan and the Twins.
Okay.
There's one thing I recognized at the beginning. There was so much anticipation for the fight. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome," before the fight even started.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how hyped this was of a kickoff match. And the NXT takeovers were all great. I wish they would bring those back. I went to the one in Phoenix Royal Rumble weekend, and it was better than the Royal Rumble. They got to get back to doing that. And hopefully now that the pandemic's over, they can do that, because those are awesome.
So one thing that's happened on NXT is they've been bringing back these titles and pay-per-views that were from old WCW. And I guess that would be Triple H. His he enjoys the history of wrestling and gives props where props are due. Josh, what does the North American Championship mean to you?
Not a damn thing. It's like the Western.
You're old like me, so I thought maybe you'd care.
Yeah, no.
I picked you. Since you guys didn't send me questions this week, do you want me to ask?
No. It was like the Western Heritage States Championship. I didn't like any of those side championships. I only really focused on the world champion and TV champ and the tag champ.
Well, what's the difference between that and the TV champ or the television champ? Like, what's the difference between that and the North American champ? What's the difference?
Just the way they brainwashed us, the way they communicated it. I hardly even remember the North American Championship. I can remember the U.S. Championship, but now name okay, Brad, name your top 3 North American Championship champions prior to NXT.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. You can't even remember who they are. That just shows the significance of the belt.
I thought maybe you'd know because you're.
No, I don't.
You're an old head like me, and I thought maybe you would have some kind of favorite.
I can't even name one. I'll just guess one. Ronnie Garvin.
You're probably right.
I'm gonna look it up though.
So.
I'm Googling it so you can tell I'm cheating.
So someone else I want to talk about in the match is Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan had a lot. He was coming in with the Southern Belle in WWE. They were advertising them both at the same time. She's still there. He had a laundry list of problems. First, it was anxiety, and he couldn't make.
He was a movie star, so he wasn't going to make it, that long in the business. He, had some movies to do.
Well, what his movie, what his problem was? His name was Mitch Bennett in those movies. Who cared? What is that? How about, Dirk Diggler? That was a great name. Mitch Bennett.
Hey, Lars Sullivan
He's got a big cock, huh?
That was his second name in NXT also. Lars Sullivan was. He come out as something else at the beginning, and it just didn't work at all.
He's a throwback to me. I look at him and I think of like a monster wrestler from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But he didn't quite make it. He also made some racist comments. I guess between 2008 and 2013 it says. So that was long before this happened. Have you guys seen him pop up anywhere else, or is his career over?
I think it's over.
I've seen it over. Yeah, I mean he hasn't. Yeah, it's over.
Well, Devyn, what did you think of his work in this match?
I was honestly surprised with Lars Sullivan. He's a big guy. He reminded me of A-Train or Albert, like kind of the same like move set and the way they move. Covered in hair as well, so that helped. But I like Lars. I think that if he could have controlled himself, he might have actually been able to get a push with a manager or something.
I agree. I think that he had everything going for him. Yeah. And then, he like they say, you got to let yourself get in the way of your success. Now, again, another guy, Velveteen Dream.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Velveteen Dream. But he has never been convicted of anything, but it is allegedly accused of messing around with underage children. Any children's underage, but under a certain age. But nothing ever has been proven. And again, he has not shown up in the wrestling business. He is only 26 years old right now.
Damn.
He was 22 right here.
Yeah. So this guy had someone that had all the potential in the world, all the talent in the world. As an in-ring performer, Bama, did you watch?
Well, see, even before this match, he actually got Rivalry of the Year. I think it was this year with Aleister Black. So even before this match, he's been great as far as an in-ring performer. He's just gotten his own way. That's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of these guys. They just get in their own damn way.
True.
Now, of course,
but
we don't want to get
later on in this match, though, he hits this awesome elbow drop that I really have to point out.
Yes, he did. He, like you say about getting in his own way. Don't you feel though? I'm going to kick it to you on this, Mike. That someone needs to be convicted first before they get canceled for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I agree with that. But especially if he's not convicted, nothing like that. But it's WWE, so if they have anything going on, they're going to kick him out for it.
And we all know about Enzo. Enzo, again, another example of someone that had everything going for him, and then their reasoning, I believe, And James, you're a big Enzo and Cass guy, right?
I like the intro for sure. I like the talk, the intro and the talking. I mean, come on now. I love that.
Teach that.
Yep. Soft.
Off.
I still think Enzo can make a comeback to a bigger stage eventually. But at the same time, why do you think WWE doesn't get these guys help or try to figure out a way to prove their innocence, or why just let them go? How does that help them? Doesn't it make it look?
I think they just want their name out of it. They don't want to be part of it at all. Because what if they do try to help them and they are guilty?
Always remember they did a Benoit tribute show. Always remember that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about here.
Because they have been made a fool with that one.
Do you think, James, do you think it goes back to that?
I think they do a great job of distancing themselves from any, like, hey, if you're innocent, cool. If you're guilty, get the hell out. But you figure that shit out on your own. And then, once the steam kind of dies down and your name's out of circulation, we'll bring you back to a huge pop.
We'll change your name before you come back anyway. That's what we do anyway. So
right.
Yeah, but that won't ever happen.
I will compliment WWE on this. They paid for Double J's rehab. I mean, he's made that very well known. He wasn't even part of he was just in a backstage role. If you mean something to them, they'll take care of you.
Correct.
But if you're not proven, hit the bricks. And with regard to the charges, I agree with you, Mike. But, I think WWE would have done their due diligence in investigating this. And sometimes, it's not their responsibility to bring it to the authorities. Maybe they just know that he did it and, hush, hush, and that he's not coming back. He would have been brought back by some company. I mean, Mexico, China, anywhere. He's not wrestling anywhere. So sometimes, just the fact that something is justice enough.
That's true.
And see, another thing too, though, if they did go out and were innocent and they came back, you always got those people that remember what happened. So that's always going to get out there. And now in Twitter world, it's never going to go away. Every time he shows his face in WWE, it's going to come up.
But movie stars do
and Enzo now, I mean, I seen a picture of him recently, and he's jacked. Like, he's huge now. So, I mean, he's
busted open. He's hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a cool cat and everything, but it's just they won't bring him back because they have it. And you have your smart fans that are always going to bring back the past.
His name's tainted. Doesn't matter what he does, it's tainted.
And Josh, you triggered something with me there, though. I'm sorry, Devyn. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to add in on the Enzo talk. I think Enzo could honestly be a big factor in AEW. Did you hear the other day when William Morrissey was facing who did he face? Wardlow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fans, everyone was in the chant. Half of them were chanting, "We want Enzo." The other half was chanting, "No, we don't." But everyone was reacting. Similar to Cody, John Cena. Doesn't matter. Everyone was talking about him.
That's true.
And Josh, you made a really good point. The WWE will help who they want to help. And I don't know if you guys remember a Grill and JR. It was around Christmas time about China. It was the one where Conrad and JR got into it. And they got into it because nobody helped China through these problems. And JR he didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because basically what Conrad, and I'm sure you guys all remember, was saying was, you guys didn't want to help her because of her relationship with Hunter or Triple H. You didn't want to help her. And he said, "You saying we should have helped her?" He goes, "Damn right you should have. Damn right you should have." And they can't decide. They have to be consistent. They are a corporation. There should be.
Oh, Yokozuna, they sent him to how many diet programs and all this bullshit. They helped. Right. They did it at least 2 or 3 times.
And the drug rehab, I believe, is different than what these other guys have been accused of. I mean, when you have self-admitted drug rehabilitation, something that some of us have been through, that, Kurt Angle has been real open with his, they helped him a couple of times. So I think if it's more or less, if it's a drug rehab, that might be one thing, but some of the stuff these other guys are accused of, they're like, wait a minute, whoa, there's no helping you. Let's get you away from us before it comes back and bite us in the ass.
What's funny though, Lars Sullivan being in a porn is bad, but I bet you a few of the ladies might have been in a couple of porns as well. I'm sure that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, I didn't expect this to go here, guys. I had no idea.
I will say, I want to point out something. I don't know if any of y'all noticed it, but I noticed it every time I watched this match. And I remember when I watched it live, I noticed it. Did Lars Sullivan shit his pants?
I don't know about that. You said that to me earlier in the group chat. I had no
Did you
idea.
Did you watch the match?
I don't look. I guess I wasn't looking
There's
at
a
his ass. It's a nice
protuberance
ass.
in his
It's a
backside,
nice ass.
and it's really you can notice it. You're watching it right now. I think he shit his pants.
I'm watching it right now too. I'm trying to look.
Watching it right now, talking about mental health.
Yeah, about rocking deuces in the wrestling ring. That won't affect your mental health, you know.
I got a good view of his ass right now. Man, it's some nice.
The elbow drop from Velveteen Dream. No, he has not. So.
All right. Well, once he climbs that ladder, you will see. I think he shit his pants. I'm not wrong on this. You'll see it.
I'll get us a timestamp if I see it.
I will say, Killian Dane makes me miss Sanity. I thought Sanity was a really cool faction thing, even when they got called up for a 1 month run, and then everything went to shit with all of them.
The tremendous faction. WWE's not into factions right now. I know they're creating a new one right now with Edge. But really, if you look at all the AEW factions, what is there, 30? And there's 3 in the WWE. Factions make the world go round in wrestling. They build characters. They build it within. I mean, Randy Orton may not be Randy Orton without Evolution. DX. I mean, every one of those guys. You still can't stop talking about DX. NWO.
Undisputed Era around this time. Undisputed Era.
Yep, Undisputed Era. It was fantastic, and of course, the Wingmen.
When Adam Cole made his entrance, did you see Britt? They did a crowd shot. Bye.
Was she working there? Was she working there then?
I don't know.
No.
So they just showed her. She's like, "Woo!"
The front row is what it is.
Well, she probably had known. She's probably known around there, and the cameraman probably knows who she is.
I do have a question though. Do y'all think Adam Cole was better here than he is now in AEW? You think he's used better here?
Yes, I do. And I
specifically here, that's a little early to tell, but moving forward as his NXT run, most definitely he was a bona fide superstar with NXT.
I think most of them NXT are better than. Sorry. I think most of them NXT are better in NXT than when they come to the main roster. Because to me, especially back then, NXT was like the college of wrestling or the WWE. So they're wanting to come up to the main event or the main roster. So I think they're busting their ass. They're working 10 times as hard to get up there. And then once they get up there, you got Vince McMahon right there. And now it's all the shit.
But even with him being in AEW, he looks better in NXT than he ever did in AEW, I think.
Josh, what were you going to say, man? I'm sorry.
I forgot. I'll be honest with you, I forgot.
So maybe this week, and we can't get him to say nothing.
So, let's talk about the match a little bit, though. I mean, there's not a lot to say. I mean, it's a tremendous match. There's a ton of spots. Devyn, was there any spot in particular that jumps out at you the most?
Yeah, there's a few big spots. I really liked Lars, honestly. He had a few big slams through the ladder, or he was utilizing it was kind of like a rock bottom, but he was under the arm, like under the guy's arm, and slammed him down. He did that 3 or 4 times, and they're pretty big. I really liked Adam Cole's super kick party, where he kicked everyone's head off right before he tried to climb.
That was right after the EC3 Bebe thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right after that.
I believe so. Yeah, I honestly, it was a spot fest. I loved it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Go ahead, Josh.
I liked it when they made that bridge along the announcer's table, and they kind of mimicked each other and did that like back suplex, and they boom, all 3 of them, and they broke the ladder, and then the next group did it next to them. That was physical. That was it. That was my favorite spot of the match.
I like the super kick party and it brought me back to another thing with JR with the slapping of the leg. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing this up.
I saw it.
I thought he hit it very well, though. And it all comes down to this. You got to make the noise because you're not really kicking him. But it's all about the camera work and how he does it. And I thought he did great with it. Is it perfect when you're going to sit in the front row? Of course it's not. But as for TV, I thought he did a great job with it. James, what about you? What was your favorite spot of the match?
Well, a lot of my I kind of get down with the intros and the crowd. Like that's the shit that really gets me. The pops, Obviously, there's a bunch of really good move sets in here. There's definitely a lot of ladders and people stacking shit on top of ladders. I will say, I'll start with, I guess, the intros. Ricochet is a deafening intro when that dude comes out. They were legit ready for some Ricochet, and I think the like the bullet thing and the one and only, they did a really good job presenting him to make his. I think it's his first match. Quote quote. Go ahead, Coach.
I was just gonna say Marco Ronaldo. I think that's his name. I miss that announcer. He had a great line in the closer to the end. He goes, "This match is gonna be for the man who gets the most Infinity Stones, but he's got to have some stones in his pants." I mean, he was on with his lines. I mean, I miss that guy. He's someone that had a movie made about him, about his anxiety and his bipolar. So yeah, he doesn't. I think he just says UFC now, but he was great with NXT.
Did the right guy win the match?
Probably.
Yes.
I agree. Now,
you got to talk about the Killian Dane Vader bomb with Adam
Yeah.
Cole on his back onto a ladder on top of Velveteen.
fantastic.
Once again, Killian
But
Dane.
I want to know why Adam Cole pretended like he was hurt. He was the one on top.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
should
to
be
myself, why are you knocked out? Shit, you got
exactly. That's a power spot right there. You're like, fuck yeah, everybody's down.
Coach, you think sometimes things just move too fast and no one knows what they're supposed to be doing after a while? Like, this stuff's crazy. It's like, wait, I wasn't the recipient of that move. I don't know. I wonder sometimes, like, it's in the moment. Like, I say bullshit in the moment here. Last week I talked about turnips commercials on here. I have never seen a turnip commercial in my entire life, so I don't know why the hell that came out of my mouth. But so I can't imagine being in the ring in front of all these people and you got to sell. That's what I'm thinking. I just think he messed up.
Yeah.
He messed up.
Well, Ricochet starts with a shooting star press to the outside of the ring, and I believe that's his very first move.
Do you think Ricochet's verbal skills are that bad that they can't elevate him to the next level? Do you think it's that bad?
I don't get why. There's a lot of missed opportunities. This whole match is filled with missed opportunities.
It is.
Literally everyone on here could have been a bona fide superstar.
Every single one of them. I didn't even hate it when Killian Dane was a tag team. Who was the little guy, the 5'4" guy?
He did the diving bomb, and the announcer goes, "Tope Suicida," because I remember times I was like, no fucking way, he did say it. So who's that, Ronaldo or whatever?
Yeah.
When Killian Dane dives outside onto Lars, like through the ropes, you hear it slightly, "Tope Suicida," and then he's like, "He just got with a suicide dive." He covers it up the second time he repeats it, which I thought was awesome to hear. Tope
Suicida is
Suicida.
exceptional.
I like the announcing. And that Mario guy, to me, he seems like a Jim Ross and Joey Styles mix for how he calls things. That's who he seemed like to me.
I like the intensity.
Where did Ricochet come from before this? Where this was his first match? Does anybody know?
Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, Japan.
Yeah, because it was him and Will Ospreay just had an amazing
right.
match with each other.
So my favorite spot of the match is when they're pushing the ladder backwards and Ricochet's on the ladder and he turns it into a move and does a flip off the top of the ladder outside the ring on everybody else. Incredible. Ricochet is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He is an incredible athlete. He
One
does have a reputation
and
for taking risks,
only.
but he's up there with Matt Hardy. He's up there with Darby Allin as taking crazy risks. He should be in that conversation all the time. I know that doesn't maybe have the charisma that they want, but I think that, like I said, missed opportunity.
His risks aren't going through tables and ladders and bullshit like that. His risks they seem more, they're not like extreme, like throughout his career, I guess. He's not known for like doing these flips onto tables and shit. He just does them like outside to a group, or he does some crazy shit inside the ring. The other guys just beat the fuck out of themselves with, ladders and tables. Ricochet is known for, he's like a Rey Mysterio type of thing. They're known for those moves. Yeah, they're known for the moves that are really good and technical, and they do them so fast that when they stop, that's when the crowd's like, "Oh my God, yes!" That's how good they are. So you can't react to it because it's so badass, and then when they stop and pause, then you lose your shit.
And then Ricochet lands on his feet too. He lands on his feet.
Awesome.
And then JR hates that. JR hates that so much. When I talk about JR, I mean Jim Ross, everybody. Everybody at home, you non-wrestling fans that are tuning in for the first time, we appreciate you. Jim Ross, Hall of Fame commentator, one of the greatest of all time. Can't stand me, but he is the greatest, and I'll always show him his respect. He hates every one of my questions I ask, every one of them. So Does anybody have anything else on this match? Because like I said, it's like a car crash, and everybody did great. Everybody did excellent. I like Velveteen Dream in this. His personal life, that's a shame. I of course am not on board with that. But man, what a great athlete. Everybody looked good. Anybody else have anything else on this
Have
match?
you got to the end of the match yet?
About
Where Lars Sullivan has shit his pants?
you know what? I don't know.
It's not that hard to look. I mean, you were talking about getting your butthole shaved, and you talking about This Is Us and getting fucked by all these dudes, but you can't look at somebody who may have shit his pants. Like that's where we draw the line with Brad, who has had children, changed diapers, but you can't.
I did have a colonoscopy. I did have a colonoscopy this week.
There you go. Your ass has been kissed and inserted, but Lord heaven forbid we look for doo-doo in someone's trunks. Get the hell out
How
of
did
here.
that go, Brad?
Oh, that was tremendous.
You got penetrated by a camera, didn't you?
What'd you say?
Did you get penetrated by a camera? Did it go through all like 2 miles of your intestines?
Apparently I did, but it was I was under the knife. Under.
Oh, they took you to dinner first? Well,
That's a hell of a dentist office. I mean, that sounds like
It was a really nice time. Really nice time. If you ever want, good cleaning out, I suggest a colonoscopy for everyone. Okay.
Oh yeah, Dulcolax for a day, and then you shit so much you turn pale like you got jaundice, and then you go to the doctor and they shove a camera in your ass. Which I'm joking. I make all these jokes. I'm 36, so next time I go to the hospital for a checkup, hey James, your turn.
One
I
thing I
got
will
about
say
15 years
about
before that.
Is coach in his
Killian
car?
Dane,
No,
Killian
I'm not
Dane,
here.
Okay.
Killian
Eating some
Dane in this
chips.
match, he really takes care of Adam Cole in that big bump they did. If you'll watch, he tucks Adam Cole's head under his arm and really protects him when they drive each other through that ladder. So I just want to, how,
I saw that too. He tucked it under his arm.
yeah, and he really protected him before he
Yeah.
dropped him. So Killian Dane is such an underrated wrestler. He needs to be somewhere.
True.
He's not anywhere right now.
Not that I know of. I think he's doing indie work
I
right now.
think so.
Yeah, probably. That's where it's at, right? Everybody can do their own thing. Anyway, I'm ready to button up this match if you guys are ready to move on, unless you have anything else.
Adam Cole wins the inaugural North American Championship.
Bye.
So
And he does it in 31-16, which seeing 3s and 1s and 6s close together like that with the colon kind of gets me a little like a glass shattering effect of my boy Stone Cold.
that, but I thought maybe we could do a would you rather. Anybody on par for that?
Oh,
Go for it, Brad. It's your show.
James,
Rather or a have you ever type deal?
so would you rather? Now this is an easy one for me, but the rest of you gentlemen, you have more of that than I have. Would you rather have a mullet for a year or be bald for 6 months? And I don't mean this bald. I mean you have to have the hair on the sides and in the back. The old
With the
man.
Mean Gene.
Yes, the mean gene.
Hey,
Go ahead,
I have that. So watch.
Not yet, Josh. You still got something to hold on to there.
Is there money involved in this? Like
There is no money. You have to make a choice because it was told to you. It's either this or
That's
this.
easy.
6
I'm
months.
in-
I'll do the 6-month thing.
I'm in
6 months
Alabama.
old.
Bullet all day. I'm in Alabama. I could get by with it. Ain't no big deal.
Oh, that's true.
I got good
I
hair,
agree with
man. It
Adam.
grows strong. It's really thick. It curls when it gets a little length. Like I'm known for my hair. Obviously, I'll post a picture, my senior picture, rocking fro in that. So yeah, I'll do the 6-month thing. That way I can let my hair grow back.
All right, so you're gonna be bald for 6 months.
If I'm not gonna rock a mullet for a year
Why not?
because it's hot as fuck.
So you'd rather go old man bald. You'd rather go mean gene bald for a year. You're still single, buddy. You don't-
okay.
I
So
think
what
you're
is the
better-
mullet? Is the mullet gonna get me pussy? Because
It's gonna
Yeah.
get you pussy. It may not be the
Spoiler.
right pussy. It may not be the
Probably
right
not.
pussy, but it's pussy.
We'll
I
take
don't.
it.
well,
Okay,
actually,
okay.
in Florida, if I rock that mullet, I will get the pussy that I do not want. That's doing like
Okay.
bath salts and shit like that.
I was thinking about growing my hair in on the sides again and going
You
with the
weren't thinking.
ponytail.
You were thinking about gluing hair to your head. What do you mean?
I wasn't
growing?
thinking about it. I did it. I did it. All right. I didn't think about anything. It happened. All right. what do you think,
I
Devin?
would 100% go with a mullet for a year.
Well, you're
I
halfway
could
there
just
already.
throw on a hat. I might have a mullet right now, and you guys don't even know.
True.
I don't have a mullet.
I would have a pretty sweet mullet though, because once it starts to grow a little bit and it curl real nice, it would look dirty as shit though, like
I had a mullet in 5th grade when I still had it.
Cajun dirty.
I actually
Mike, what did you
manscaped in the shape of a mullet, so I'm used to having one.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with the
we all
mullet.
know you're about the business in the front and party in the back.
I love that line so much. I love that line. All right. And Mike, you're a go with the mullet too?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with mullet. All the kids around here are rocking a mullet around this town.
Oh, so it's still 1985 over
yeah, it's in style around here. So
They have a
Mullet is coming
I'll
back.
rock the mullet. I'll hang out with the young kids for a little while.
You still got Milli Vanilli on the radio there. Yeah.
Yeah, Millie Vanilli,
Yeah,
they
right.
got fucking like Neil McCoy and Randy Travis and Alan Jackson,
Yeah.
you know.
Look at Devyn. Devyn's so lost when he said Milli Vanilli. He's like, who?
Yeah, the only one I knew was Alan Jackson.
You've never heard of Milli Vanilli?
They're the ones that like pretended to be actual singers, right?
Yeah, you've seen
Yeah,
them
there
probably,
you go.
but you've never heard
There
them.
you go. See, Devyn knows. Devyn knows. All right,
Blame
I got-
it on the rain.
Yeah. All right. One more. Well, two more, but one's an easy one. So this is the other. Would you rather? Would you rather always have BO and not know, or would you rather always smell BO on everybody else?
I'd rather smell BO on everybody else because you'll become immune to it. But if it's on you, you're gonna repel people.
Yeah, there ain't no pussy with a BO, man. There ain't no getting no women with if you be stanking.
And plus, if you can smell the BO on somebody else, and you can smell a chick before you partake in her, and you can smell her, and if she got that
Very
scent,
true.
you can back
You
off.
know, that is a smart answer, Coach. Yeah, that is a smart answer, and you answered it very quickly. Very well done. Well done. What do you think,
Well,
Mike?
It's like they say though, if you
I
smell
think-
it at the belly button, turn around.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I think I can get used to the smell too. I mean, because if everybody else smells like it, then everybody else smells like it, and that's just everybody else's smell. Now in France, they
Yeah.
don't wipe their ass, right? They don't shave their armpits, and they don't wipe their ass. Everybody got used to that.
Wow.
Apparently.
What about you,
That's not my
Devyn?
deal, but okay.
Hey, everything's your deal, you know. If you get used, if it's just what's normal. Devyn, what about you? You agree with that?
Yeah, I'm with Coach on this one.
All right.
For sure, would rather smell it on everyone else than smell
Adam?
it like it myself.
Yeah, I'm down with that because I was always told if it smells like cologne, you better leave it alone because they're hiding something.
Yeah, they've been there and back, right?
Yeah, if you got stank nuts, it's really hard to, fuck bitches with stank nuts.
And then I got one more easy one. Would you rather sip gin with Ryan Reynolds or shoot tequila with The Rock? Come on.
That's easy.
What are we
Dewey!
on? What
It's
show is
Dewey
this?
all day. Are you kidding me?
If you
Yeah.
smell,
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
The
to
Rock,
throw it
all
on
right.
her. I couldn't believe I even saw it. I'm like,
Dewey
well, this
all
is
day.
easy. All right. Maybe not as good as my F Mary kills, but it'll do for now. What do you got, James?
Could you
It's your
imagine
show,
being part of
buddy.
the Rock's entourage? Jeez. How fucking awesome would that be? Just like the 25th dude in his entourage is still getting like top of the line treatment. I was gonna go a certain other way with that statement, but I left it there.
I wish I could wear a sweater and look that good in it, you know? At the Super Bowl, guy has a sweater on. He's freaking just busting out of it. Come on, man. Get it. You're hot.
He's
We
so,
got
like,
it.
like his arms are bigger than like I'm fat, but his arms are as big as my like gut. Like he's huge. That dude's
You guys
fucking
watch
massive.
Young Rock? You watch the Young Rock?
I have not, but I've heard a lot of good things.
I love it.
I know it's on your what, does it come on before or after This Is Us? Is that why you watch it?
I have
the same
watched
night.
This Is Us. Yeah, I give her This Is Us and I get Young Rock. That's a give and take that you do. And you get
My
you know,
aunt and uncle
everybody-
actually watch Young Rock, and they're not even wrestling fans. They love it.
No,
They
it's
fucking
great.
love it.
It's great.
It's a good show. I like it.
Devin,
Me and Erica, we actually
knew
binged
it.
Young Rock earlier today. Got all caught up on it.
Nice, Devin. That sounds like a very romantic afternoon.
right?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Devin, the youngest one here, but for some reason not a bachelor, is there anything you would like to discuss? And how's your week been, bro?
Oh, my week's been great. What I want to discuss for Devon's demographic of the week is the New York Yankees are back, slugging a bunch of home runs, first in the league right now. Oh man, it's fun to watch. I don't know who else is a baseball fan in this, but I don't know. I love the Yankees. Been watching them my whole life.
All right. I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan.
Oh, of course you
I
are.
can't tell you how much I hate the Yankees. But I don't hate any player on the Yankees. I just hate the team, just like I hate the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, I hate the Cowboys, but do I hate anybody on the team? No.
Oh, you're cute. See,
Do
I
I
hate
hate-
all of the Eagles and all of their players.
No, you don't.
Oh, Fletcher Cox went to Mississippi State. He gets a pass.
I listen.
But he's a
Yes,
son
I
of a
do.
bitch to play against because he's really, really good. So it's kind of a, catch 22.
My dad.
Speaking of
talks about
22,
it.
Emmitt Smith, go ahead.
My dad talks about it all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I hate the Yankees, Brad, but I love Mickey Mantle. I love Yogi Berra, and I love Roger Maris." All right, well then you don't hate the Yankees. I
Right.
don't know what to tell you. But he said that to me, and he's like, "I just hate any team from New York. I hate any team."
Heard
from
that.
New York." So that was his answer. He also didn't drive any. He only drives American cars too. So he's that guy. Mill worker. But
He's just sour about the 2009 World Series.
I am very sour about the 2009 World Series because you have Ryan Howard up at the plate, and he just takes strike three. And it just kills me. Like he couldn't even swing the bat.
You want to talk about World Series heartbreaks? What about the fucking Texas Rangers when they literally had the World Series won twice and lost twice the same game?
What do I care about the Texas Rangers?
Yeah, well, you're talking about this heartbreak bullshit. You want to talk about real heartbreak? Nolan Ryan built that team from scratch. He had Josh
Nolan Ryan
Hamilton
built
probably
the
getting
team,
drunk and dipping snuff the whole time, just juicing homers, man. And then they got to the bottom of the ninth. They were up, and then bam! Some dude from the Cardinals hits a single or something. Game goes extra innings. Texas is up again. Boom! Then the bottom of whatever 11th or 12th inning, Cardinals score again. Series over. Texas had it literally won twice and lost it.
Arizona Diamondbacks, huh, Coach?
Well, let me tell you the story of that game. I bet my father
Cleveland
me
Steamer
about
type
that.
of stuff.
Drunk when you said it. What was it? Random Tuesday?
No, it was game 7. It was game
Tuesday night.
7. No, back then maybe. Yeah,
I'm
back
just
then
kidding.
maybe.
It's funny. The Phillies won it in 2008, and it took 2 days to play that last game because of the flood. just always something, man. It's always
Yeah.
something. And then what did Mike leave? I have the kickout crew. What is he taking a shit? What are you doing, dude? I had something to ask you.
I'm
Are
here.
you an Atlanta Braves fan?
Me, no, I'm not. I don't like baseball.
All right, great.
Not my deal.
I like Atlanta though. I like the
And there's no
Braves.
teams in
The
Alabama.
90s for sure.
So do you root for any?
Trash pandas.
No.
The trash pandas.
I got you. Hey, Devyn, I just want to commend you on a hard-hitting topic.
3
we had
for what was
Bird
it? 4
and
for
we had
4.
Soda. So congratulations on taking it to the next level, buddy. I am so
What was it?
proud.
Soda, birds, baseball.
Yeah.
All right, I got another one for everyone.
Oh,
I honestly
double header. Double header.
Oh, double header. There's a baseball. Like what you did there. Devyn's double header.
Brad, you kind of brought up this a little bit earlier because it's WWE's only faction right now. What are you guys' take on this Judgment Day team?
I don't care.
I'm waiting on the Great Balls of Fire team.
It's okay. I'm not excited. I'm not excited for Edge anymore. I'm not excited for Damian Priest, and I'm just not excited about it. I'm bored with Edge. I think Edge's promos are long and boring. And yes, I was a fan back in the day. I'm just over it, and I don't think it's going to make it. No, I don't.
Wow.
What about you guys?
Yeah, what about you, Mike?
I agree. I'm not big on it. I was big on Edge back in the day when he first came back. It was cool. Now he's on every week, so it's no big deal to me. Damian Priest, I never really liked, don't care much about. All they're doing is doing the whole House of Black deal and WWE. That's how I see it.
Like Rhea Ripley.
I
Yeah.
don't care again. I just don't.
On paper, it seemed like a very good thing to do. It really does. If you think about the names on paper, I can get behind this. But out of just something with it, I guess it just ain't clicking yet. Maybe they need to do some heel ass shit to maybe get over, as they say. But the talent is there for sure. All those people are talented.
I think they need somebody even fresher than that. That's what I think is so great about AEW and their factions. It's just so fresh. It's so exciting. I'd rather watch the Wingmen and JD Drake than the whatever it is, Judgment Day, the pay-per-view from 2012.
JD Drake is very intimidating up close.
Yeah. What do you have any good JD Drake stories there, James?
I got a couple, but I know Adam is busting at the seams on this topic. Adam, what you got on this?
Oh, sorry, I fell
Judgment
asleep.
Day.
It's all the banter I don't give a shit about. JD Drake or the whole
No,
the whole new
the
the whole
Edge Judgment Day
Judgment Day in general.
or whatever pay-per-view they want to name it after. I would have gone with Great Balls of Fire.
I'm excited for Rhea Ripley and for Damian Priest because they have a chance to learn from one of the best as far as in-ring talents. But it's all about how they handle it from here because you hear whispers of maybe Ciampa joining later on, which would be pretty cool.
I would love that.
But they have to do it right. I mean, because like I said, I'm excited for Rhea Ripley and for Damian Priest because they get to learn from one of the best.
True.
But he does talk a lot, and it just feels like a Wish version of AEW and what they're doing with Malachi Black.
It's a very
Well, I got a question real quick. If they do bring somebody else in there, how soon should they bring somebody else in? Do they do it now, or do they wait a couple weeks and then bring somebody in?
I think it just depends on how this is going and whether the response is. If
Don't
it's
go
not
now.
responding, I rush it.
Give Rhea Ripley a chance to show what she can do first.
true.
They have till SummerSlam.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. All right, James.
Do you have questions? Like, do
Man, I'm in the
people
middle of a
send
show.
Yeah.
questions to our
On
email?
that ass.
I got 4 questions, and I haven't checked Twitter. Remember I retweeted that?
Oh fuck,
That-
man!
those
That's
are the
nobody's
only ones.
questions, did we?
If there was any more extra questions after I retweeted, I sure as hell didn't look.
We should
I
get them
think-
right
I
now.
think those were the only ones.
Move on.
But
Yeah, I think those were the only ones. I checked just a little while ago, and they were.
Fuck, I didn't
all
even
right,
think
good,
about the
because I didn't
questions.
look. I don't even know why I retweeted it. I'm like, okay, great. I'm not even able to check it.
Right.
I wonder what's on the email too.
And nothing. Nothing.
Oh,
No,
of
Michael
course.
McClanahan?
no one DM'd us. No one emailed us. They all just did it in the underneath.
So we got like 3
And
Money Mikes and then 1 Bryant. Is that pretty
Yeah,
much
money
it?
mics are hard, man. They're hard.
Hey, so why
I got
don't
one
you
of them.
make
I
up a
compare
couple
and
names?
contrast them.
I
Just
haven't
make up
seen
a couple
the questions
names.
yet. What are the questions?
Do you want to do those now, or do you want to do it after we do the match? Because they are about the match. So.
Are they
Yeah,
about
they're
this
about
match?
that.
There's none
No,
about
no,
the
actually, they're not
NXT?
about this match. They're not about this match. They're about the match we already talked
Yeah.
about. Maybe we should talk about it.
No, there's one about. They said something about what's the difference between the two.
Oh yeah, fuck money, Mike. What the hell,
We
man?
can either do them all at the end or do.
He's lucky.
We do it after this
He's a nice
match.
guy. He's such a nice guy, but his questions are hard.
I wrote up
Yeah.
something comparing the two, so
All right.
I
You
kind
wanna
of solved that one. So you can ask me that one if you want.
Jesus Jones, man. Who the fuck is this dude?
Who?
Fucking Money Mike and his what are we, scholars? Like my
Are we-
God,
are we-
dude.
Are we leaving this shit in? Are we leaving this shit
We
in?
need to keep this shit in.
It's like,
Should we
It'll,
just?
it'll make
should
the,
we
the
shit on him
teaser
like Justin?
preview show. What the fuck is Money Mike
what do
talking?
you think? He just has a, you know, you know what? On the Mike Chioda show, I have my question for Mike Chioda this week is, would you think Money Mike actually, like, he has these questions written out ahead of time? Do you think he gets any help? That's my question to Mike Chioda this week, because it's so freaking annoying because I'm always following him.
Oh, he don't get help. That's all him. That's all Money Mike.
I like him though. He's
I'll
such
give
a
him
nice,
that. That's
such
all
a
Y'all
right.
nice-
do y'all want to ask that Lars Sullivan? You know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else was wrestling there at the time? I don't even understand the question.
see, I don't even know the answer to that.
What's the large?
Well, we'll just say
All right,
that
I'll ask
so we
it,
can
I'll
add
ask
them
it,
on there.
all right?
Well, and thank you for submitting your questions. And one of our first questions comes from Brian Teremza, who has a excited question to ask about Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan, question mark. If you could rebook this match, who would you put in his place? I think that's a very good question, which I did not know the active roster at the time, so I'm going to kick it to the guys because Lord knows they know. So if you could rebook this, guys, give a couple names out there. Give a shout out.
Let me ask you the question right off the bat. Why are we rebooking this without Lars Sullivan? I don't even understand the
Because he
question.
shit his pants.
Like because he did a porno, we have to rebook him. By the way,
Cancel
I love that we
culture.
all at least know how to say Brian Haremza. Every time he's on a freaking ad-free shows.com, it's like, how do we say his name? It's exactly how it's spelled. Haremza. It's easy. What is the problem? Brad Stanton, Devyn Dowling, El Korai.
Thank you for that.
Hey, Adams is the easiest. Hunter.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I guess can we do modern day? Would that be fine too?
Yeah, let's
How
do
about,
it.
well,
How
back
about
in the
Braun
day-
Breaker?
Okay. Yeah, there you
Anybody
go.
else?
No,
Bobby
I wasn't
Lashley.
watching it, so I don't even know who's on the roster. But I think Lars helped out in it. I mean, you need a couple big guys in there, so I would have kept him in.
I got one. What about the bruiserweight? I'd like to see Pete Dunne in that match.
Yeah, he'd be excellent.
There you go.
Who was
What's his name,
Who was
Butch?
Insanity? Who was Insanity with Killian Dane? The guy
Eric
that's-
Young.
Eric Young. How about him?
Yeah, Eric Young would have been great. Oh yeah, he'd
Yeah,
have been
I'd
great.
agree with that. Eric Young would be my answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Devin, were you watching? You were like 15 at the time, right?
Yeah, I think honestly throwing in like a Roderick Strong or another person from the Undisputed Era could help
So he
Adam
was
Cole
he was
because
tag champion back then.
You want to talk about a guy stuck in NXT hell right now, huh?
Real. Yeah.
He's just bitching at his freaking people all week. Doesn't even do anything.
No, I'm sorry. Roderick Strong, he wasn't a part of Undisputed right here.
But he was still in NXT, wasn't he?
He was still in NXT, but he wasn't a part of Undisputed Era yet. They hadn't recruited him yet. It was only Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly at the time. They didn't recruit him until after this.
I gotcha. All right.
Forget about that.
Well, hey, we do have another question by Money Mike for Adam. It kind of pertains to this.
Yeah, Adam, this is all you, brother.
Dear Adam, he doesn't say that though. Question for Adam. As a former worker who emphasized high risk and top rope moves, how critical is it to ensure that all participants understand the proper positioning for high risk maneuvers?
Man, no grammatical errors or nothing.
Well, understanding them and them being in their proper position is totally different because, you know, you're trained to base yourself and to catch them, but at the same time, you don't know how far they're going to jump. You don't know how they're going to over rotate, under rotate. So you kind of have to just be waiting, because you remember when Undertaker did the dive and hit the cameraman, and that cameraman was actually Roman Reigns, and he's supposed to catch Undertaker, and he just totally missed him. And you just can't. I mean, unless you've done it a lot, it's hard to really say. As far as it's just hard to catch people because you don't know if they're going to over rotate, go over your head, go under. Because one of my matches is one of the ones I've showed you guys. One of the dudes jumped over the top rope and he kind of under rotated and he hit his back and everything on the cement. So it's just you have to be ready. I mean, if you're not comfortable doing it, you don't need to be doing it. Bottom line.
No.
And somebody my size shouldn't be catching Lars Sullivan or anybody bigger than me because I'm not the one to be catching. I'm the one that needs to be caught.
Right.
So,
I agree with that.
biggest thing.
Good. That was a great answer, Adam.
Understanding there.
Good job.
Hey, actually, I just got a question from somebody, and this is for James. This is from Pop Elkoi.
Oh, geez.
He said, yeah, right. If a guy jumps out of an airplane and a windmill
Oh my
falls,
God, are you
what
no, I'm not
belief is
answering
gonna
this.
have?
Nope. Nope. We're moving on. I know exactly.
What is all this about?
Buddy. No, I know exactly why he did that too. That's my father. He's a fan of the show. Shout out. He'll be at Talk That Weekend with me. He is pretty much, I am a spitting image of him. Like he's me times 1,000. You know, like that dude is something up. Mike's met him. I know Rosie's met him.
I met him
Adam's
last
met him. That dude is something fucking else for sure. I know exactly. Yeah. Story time. There was a fun debate between me and my dad in that question when I was a child one time, and he got very animated about it, and I got a little smart assy with it, needless to say. So yeah, shout out to Dad. Thank you for the question. We appreciate all questions and comments. You can submit them on our Twitter page, or you can email them to kickoutcrewpod@gmail.com, or you can just DM Mike, I guess. I don't know.
We still got 2 more of his questions. You know that, right?
They're kind of like all encompassing though. I just wanted we were concentrate on Lars shitting his pants match. Or I mean, I'm sorry, Adam Cole winning the ladder match.
But he does ask something pretty interesting here. Do you find you react or to watch a match differently the second time through when you already know the outcome? Well, of course, right? Of course, if we already know the outcome, we're watching it for different reasons at this point.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, we're going to watch
nuances.
I agree.
You're going for the nuances.
Yes, we definitely watch it differently when we know there's an outcome. We're looking for different things. We're looking for the psychology. We're looking at the selling. We're looking at what they did right, what they did wrong. When we're watching it for the first time, yeah, we're doing that a little bit, but at the same time, we just want to know who wins. So that is definitely the difference. And yes, there are differences between the psychology in like traditional one-on-one contests and definitely six-man matches, six-man in the ring matches. There's definitely differences there, Mike. So
Well, and speaking,
I like to watch them twice anyway. I look for, as a fan perspective, and if I really like the match, I'll go back and see if I can, like a learning experience.
Mhm.
I'll try to break some of it down and see if I can catch little nuances that I know to look for, I guess you can say.
Yeah. The first time you're looking, you're catching what you can. The second time you kind of know what to concentrate on and look for. That being said, speaking of a great wrestling and technical match, goes on to our next one. It is Kurt Angle versus Eddie Guerrero from WrestleMania 20, which is a hell of a match, and I can't wait to dive into this one with the guys. But it is from WrestleMania 20, like I said.
Wrong. It wasn't a hell of a match. Stop right there.
And we'll get
You're
there.
wrong.
March 14th, 2004. It was held at MSG, that is Madison Square Garden. That is the Mecca, the most famous place on the planet in New York, obviously. The attendance was 20,000 because it's MSG and their attendance is 20,000. The match length is 21 minutes and 32 seconds. Meltzer gave it 4 stars, and this is a WrestleMania, so the pay-per-view buys were 1.02 million. That is 1.02 million pay-per-view buys. I know now WWE is streaming. I get that AEW is not streaming, but hey, good luck having their pay-per-views even break a tenth of that, I guess. That being said, I'm going to kick it to the guys. I know Adam's ready to talk about this one, so I'm going to shoot it to Adam first. Adam, what you got on this one?
Well, the build-up is actually pretty good because they actually started out as allies at the beginning of the year. And then, let's see here. Yeah, they feuded with their nephew. Guerrero feuded with Chavo in January. And then, let's see here. What's that? January 29th edition of SmackDown. Eddie Guerrero was eliminated Angle in the 15-man Royal Rumble style match, which kind of started the rivalry between the two guys. Let's see here. They did a No Way Out pay-per-view. Kurt Angle defeated the Big Show and John Cena in a triple threat match. Was that No Way Out or the pay-per-view before that? Or do y'all happen to know?
any idea?
I can't remember.
Leaving that in.
But anyway, he won. Angle won the triple threat match, which gave him the shot at WrestleMania, the same event where Eddie Guerrero actually beat Brock Lesnar for the championship. So February 19th edition of SmackDown, Angle, he was a special guest referee between Eddie Guerrero and the Cruiserweight champ Chavo. Eddie was about to close in on the victory when Angle stopped the 3 count and turned on Eddie Guerrero. Let's see, on the following weeks in the edition of SmackDown, I hate reading, I'm sorry, I'm from Alabama. So, Guerrero was eager to get his revenge on Angle while looking for him, backstage. But I think Paul Heyman got involved somehow, and he actually had Guerrero escorted out of the arena. So all that just builds up to the match here, and of course WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden. It's our third. The third one had 1, 10, and 20. Am I right?
Where was 10 at?
We're right here at Madison Square Garden. This will be the third WrestleMania, I believe, that Madison Square Garden has had.
1, 10, 20. That's
yeah. I think that's right.
I think that's right.
And they said that it actually grossed like $2.4 million, and it was seen over 16 countries in all 48 states. It was actually televised in 90 countries. I'm sorry. The attendance of people was from over 16 countries. So I read that
States, huh? Rumor has it there's 50, but that's nice. They only included the 48. I guess Alaska and Hawaii.
Mainland, I guess it was
Alaska,
mainland.
Hawaii,
All the other countries are good, right? That's just funny the way they phrase that.
Yeah.
I got to talk about something before this match even started. There was like, I'm fast forwarding through this thing and I'm getting to a timestamp. Did everybody see Molly Holly get her head shaved right before this match?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
By Victoria.
Did that hit you in the feels like it did for me? Because it looked like it looked legitimately like she was so upset and it was painful. And it was really happening.
It drew blood right here on the side of her head.
Oh my gosh, that was brutal. That was like one of those disturbing moments for me. and then I watched it 3 freaking times. I'm not sure why, but I kept watching. I'm like, oh my God, and here I'm bald, but yeah, it just looked like it really was painful for her, and I just had to throw that in there before we got started because I was. Anyway, great. So anyway, we know this. Obviously there was a slow start here, right, John? And and it is a
It
very
started, and then I woke up for the final bell. That's what happened. I dozed off, and then ding, 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 and I woke up. That's how slow this match was.
technically though. I mean, obviously these guys are two of the best. They do everything right. The suplexes, everything is right in this match. However, I have a half a page of notes, and the reason I have half a page of notes, I just didn't know what to say. And then Josh earlier on the group chat with us says, "Well, that didn't do anything for me," and Adam went at him. Adam went at him on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Josh, tell me what you didn't like about the match, and then I want to kick it back to Adam and tell me what you did like about the match.
Well, I'm all about lockups and wrestling, but that's good for maybe the first 25% of the match. They carried that on all the way through. I think they could have done more sneaky stuff with Eddie, maybe a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more gaga, to make the story better. I mean, wrestling, yeah, it was great. But he was in the ankle lock 2 or 3 times and used the same flip move to get out of it. And then at the end, his foot was on the rope. They didn't say much about that, but if you go back and look at the end, Eddie's foot was on the rope. So, but, they didn't sell any of that. So, I mean, granted, it was a great technical match, but I didn't like it overall.
Adam?
Well, I guess it just depends on how you want to look at it, because I mean, if you're a fan of of everything that's going on, like maybe Devyn likes more of the spot type stuff. As far as work rate, I look at it as work rate, and Angle wanting to prove that he's the superior wrestler here over Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero, move for move, and even some portions of the match even does better than Angle at some of the moves. Now, granted, there was 4 times he put him in the ankle lock, and that was too much. I agree with that. There was too much ankle lock stuff. They could have cut maybe 5 minutes of the match off, and it would have been even better. But as far as the technical wise, work wise, I mean, it was a solid match. Hip toss, arm drag, submission holds, just not necessarily rest spots, but just letting it register. This is a totally different style of match compared to now. Because this is 20, we're at almost 39's coming up. So we're talking about almost 20 years ago.
Yep.
Angle was just wanting to prove his superiority, and the Eddie's, matched him move for move, in my opinion.
Well,
could have been 5 minutes shorter. Yeah, I agree. And too many ankle locks. Yeah. But as far as match on match, I think was one of the better ones that either one of them have had.
Well, I went this week to prepare for the match. I visited Eddie Guerrero's gravesite. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona. I wanted to check it out, get my mind right for the show. And he had a message. He said, "Tell the world that Angle should have took the 3 count when I gave him the frog splash. That Puto shouldn't have kicked out." He said, "My finisher should have carried me. I shouldn't have had to win with that bullshit." And I told him his spirit. I said, "Yeah, Eddie, that was a boring match, but you were getting paid." He agreed.
I got an unpopular opinion. I think the ankle lock looks. I don't think it looks like it's painful at all. I think it looks like he's actually not even trying to put it in. It doesn't look like he's really holding like the ankle to a point where he's twisting it and making it look like it hurts. It looks like he's just holding it and yelling. What do you guys think of that?
A standing ankle lock, yeah, I don't like it. But when he drops down to his back and actually holds the leg and holds the ankle, then starts turning, it's more believable to me.
I agree with that.
Him just standing there, just holding him up, and Eddie's pretty much touching the mat with his other foot, standing with him. It's not believable to me.
I love it when they drop to the ground on these submission moves, and then they really dig it in and they tap out immediately. I think that makes it look so much better. Devyn, what did you think about the match overall?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that it was a fun match, but it was also a slow match, like Coach was saying. They told a great story. Kurt Angle was trying to get the ankle lock the entire match, and then in the end, Eddie untied his boot, and Kurt Angle wasn't able to get that ankle lock because of the boot, and Eddie was able to capitalize and get the submission or get the quick schoolboy pin. But like honestly, I like it now. When I was younger, I remember not being a fan of this match, but now I appreciate it, being able to go back and watch the technique of the two wrestlers.
Mike, I want to ask you something though too, because you think a lot like me, and I want to see if you answer the question the same way. And I am really going to put you on the spot here, buddy. Really put you on the spot.
Here you go.
What match would you compare this to WrestleMania this year?
I don't know.
What about Edge and what about Edge?
AJ.
Yeah, I can see that.
That was what I thought too, but I wanted you to say it. You didn't.
Yeah, I can see that one going. I couldn't think of that one right off, man. I was trying to think of all the matches that happened.
No,
this
we
year.
knew it was there.
It's real easy for me.
Yeah.
Maybe Edge before retirement, probably.
I thought Edge. Well, it was Edge and I guess also you could say maybe even Seth Rollins and Cody.
There we go. That's what I was looking at.
But
that one, that one right there, I'd say more because that was more of a match.
A little bit more, but there was that surprise with the Cody thing that added to that match, making even though it was a technically great match, it was more about, oh my God, Cody's here. You know, like this in this case, it wasn't. I'll tell you what, Angle's eyes when he is walking towards the ring, Angle looked like I thought he looked great. He looked like a badass. He physically. I like the red, white, and blue. His junk looked great in the tights, right, James?
Oh, so you see a front bulge, I guess, but not the doo-doo bulge from the back. I'm not really looking at I'm not looking at what one of our friends, shout out to Megan Nelson and her friends. The boop. I'm not looking at the boop, as you would say, you know.
Shout out to Giovanna Angle. She said he has the Olympic cock. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you go.
Whatever that means.
Thank God that made air, huh? Thank God.
James, I wanted to ask you because there's not a lot. It is a perfect match, like technically, but the ending itself. What did you think of it?
I understand. I'm with the ankle being like held way too high because there's a couple ankle locks where it was way high. So of course you figure something is gonna revolve around that. I do want to agree with the falling on the floor because it kind of gives you like 4 more spots if you think about it. You grab the ankle standing up, that's 1 spot. Then you fall down, that's 2 spots. Then you wrap your legs around his legs and twist, that's another spot. Like that's 3 separate instances you can get a crowd reaction right there with one simple thing. But obviously I get the untying of the shoe, the pulling of the shoe and everything, but it did seem, I don't know, it seemed really quick and not a lot sunk in. And then when it happened, like the count just happened and it was done. And then the crowd kind of caught up to it after.
I hated the ending. I hated it. And I'm going to tell you, I know I'm cutting you off, but I hated it. I'm going to tell you why I hated it. It was a technically perfect match. And it ended with this freaking bullshit with ropes and his shoulder being up the whole time. It was freaking bullshit ending to a perfect match. Why would they do something like that? Especially with, like, I know, I get it. It's a work. I understand. But his shoulder was up. We saw his shoulder up. They're tied up in the ropes. I don't care about the freaking shoelace thing. I don't care that he cheated to win. I don't care about that. I care that his shoulder was up, and I care that they were tied up in the ropes. It just kills me that you go from this perfect match with perfect suplexes, very little out of the ring stuff, very little outside interference, no outside interference. I mean, none to this terrible ending. That's it. That's all I got.
That's true.
So if the ending was in the middle of the match, would it have made a difference? Like in the middle of the ring, would it have made a difference?
It would have made a difference to me because your shoulders need to be down. His shoulder wasn't down, and it was just
and the whole flow of the finish is like boom, 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 and then like 1, 2, 3, done, and the crowd's like, oh shit, Eddie won. Like it seemed
they
like
said take it home. They said take it home.
Delay.
You got to take it home now. It's too long.
They might have.
The crowd doesn't give a shit. It's too long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Eddie Guerrero's reaction whenever he's unlacing his boot and he sees Kurt Angle from the outside. And Kurt Angle's like, oh, I'm about to get you. And Eddie's like, oh, shit. He knew he's about to get jumped. And I guess that's what made it good to me was Eddie's like, oh, God, he's about to come kill me. Then, boom, I got one over on you.
True.
But if it would have been in the middle of the match, it would have been better.
There was one spot on here I noticed when Kurt was hitting on Eddie right before he came fired up, but he hit him a couple times and Eddie turned and looked at him and said, come on, motherfucker. And then he started coming back and you could hear him say it. And that's when he started firing back and coming back and getting hot.
Oh yeah, Texas baby.
Yeah, I see the left shoulder is up a little bit during the 1 and 2 count.
Kurt Angle loves this match. He may not love the ending, but he does love this match. He talks about this. He loves Eddie Guerrero. I love Eddie Guerrero. Of course you do.
Oh, hell yeah, Latino Heat. I almost
but
wore
I'd
a
rather-
Eddie shirt for the taping, but I'm too fat now. It doesn't.
But I'd
fit.
rather boo him.
But I got a Latino Heat one with flames and stuff. It's not a WWE shirt. It's really cool though.
I liked him in
Well, the 80s
WCW a little better though.
Eddie's
Yeah.
foot being in the rope just kind of just shows the
With a
lie,
mullet?
cheat, and steal type deal.
He looks great. I know he isn't. What year is this? 20.
04.
04. So he's gonna
04.
die next.
04.
He's gonna die the next
Come
year.
on, man. March 14th, 2004. Brad,
Hey,
jeez, you didn't
I'm
know?
sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You know, it was held at Madison Square Garden. Had a attendance of 20,000.
It did a buy rate of over 1,020,000.
There we go. You see? I
1
haven't paid
million.
attention.
At least one of us is, huh?
I got it wrote down.
Heyo.
But I like the whole lie, cheat, steal because he was in the ropes, but it was just showing him cheating.
Is that okay with him lie, cheating, stealing as a babyface?
Yeah, because that's him.
Everybody enjoyed it.
Depends on who you do it
with
to, I
I
guess.
just want to hear what you said. I like it too.
I think
like
it
it.
depends on who you
Yeah, I mean,
I steal.
My dad.
yeah,
used to-
even because if he is a baby face, he's doing it to heel, so he's getting over the heel with it. So
my
it
dad
works.
my dad walking in on me watching wrestling. We've talked about how he feels about it, but he walked in on me once and he said, it doesn't matter who's good or bad. They're all cheating. Yeah, they are. He goes, they are.
Fair.
I'll give you that one, Dad.
That's a
By the
fair
way, they
assessment.
listened to episode 2, my mother and my father, and
That prick.
yeah. Thank God my dad has a good sense of humor, right? Thank God my dad has a good sense of humor. He's a good guy. And, of course, I'm messing around with him. But my mom says to me, she goes, "You're lucky it was your father. You're lucky it was your father," because he laughed the whole time. I'm like,
And when I
good.
called him a prick.
Yeah.
Hey, my
You
dad
know what's
likes us.
funny? I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear it when you did it. I'm like, heard it back. I'm like, oh God. Oh, right. I hope they don't ever listen. Oh, they listened. They listened and watched. My mom says I look great on you, by the way. So.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
cute. Well, hell, it's your show, man. I guess we do need to, broadcast more of Brad because hell, his mom thinks he looks good. Everybody kisses his ass. I thought you would need a donut for this episode. I really did. But come to find out, with everybody kissing their ass and puckering up those lips, that's a soft cushion to sit on. So maybe
I'm not interested in. I do have a nice cushion here. If you guys are on YouTube.
Yeah, it's everybody's lips from kissing that ass.
Devin, by the way, you do have a mullet.
I do not have a mullet.
That's mullet-ish at the very least.
You're on your way to a nice mullet, son. Believe me,
Yeah.
I'm a professional. I see it all the time down here.
You're definitely
Right.
engaged, my friend. You're definitely
Believe
engaged.
me.
I will
You're
get
about
my
2
hair
steps
cut.
away from a mullet.
So do the Mike's Beat Minute because I have a feeling the court wanted to be a good closer.
Yeah, that works.
So,
All right. So
bam.
since if y'all listen to what happened when this week, you heard about Conrad and the geese. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna smoke a goose. So what you're gonna need for this one, you need some olive oil, get your seasoning, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, maybe some lemon pepper seasoning. Get you some oranges, lemon, lime. Take the lemon, limes, all that, slice them up, and you get the olive oil, put it in a bowl, put all your seasonings in it, mix it up real good, and put it all over the goose. Put it all over the goose, and then with what you have left, put in there with the oranges, lemon, lime, do all that good stuff. Take that lemon, lime, stuff it in the inside the goose.
Heard
Put a
that.
stick of butter in there. You want to put a stick of butter in there with it. Tie those legs up and take some toothpicks and close everything up so everything gets nice and fresh. It's nice and in there. Throw it on, cook at about 250 degrees until that breast meat gets to about 160, 165. Then you pull it off and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Ooh, smoking.
Smoking titties.
Slow and low, baby.
Smoking titties. That's it. That's Mike's meat man.
That's- sounds exciting. Sounds like a great time. Can't wait.
That's
Hey,
the
and
first time
it was
it
our
actually took a
live
minute,
game.
too.
You know what I mean?
It only
Maybe
took a
we should
minute.
introduce
Usually
everybody,
it takes
huh?
us 5 minutes
Yeah.
because we always aggravate him when he's trying to read the ingredients.
Well, I try to get that one better.
No
Those
worse
are
to
the
say.
Mike's Meat Minutes I like. Fuck those birds.
Hey, here we go. Wraps
Hey, I
it up.
figured you like those too. Trying to do a bird for you.
All
Anyway,
right, so good on the Mike's mute. Adam brings up a very exciting point. We did not introduce nobody.
we're learning, guys. We're learning as we go here. All right, we're learning as we go. We brought this up last week. We didn't do shit about it this
We
week. So
I'll pass it around to everybody to do their like Twitters and bullshit at the end of the show, I guess. We're editing this part out.
I'm still Brad. He's still Devin. He's still Adam.
Our
You're James,
introductions at the
Mike,
end. I love it.
Josh, Coach
Yeah.
Rosie, whatever you want to call Coach. I
That's
like
how
Coach
we're
Rosie.
different. We do our introductions at the end. That's how we're different.
Exactly.
We are working on this, guys. It's as we go.
Hey, we're clipping this out. You're
Yeah, we
talking
can cut
to
this
us right
shit.
now.
You can clip whatever you want out. I don't care.
Oh yeah. I'll clip it all.
Cut it out.
Are you ready to end it with the court case?
All right.
Yes,
Thank
good.
you.
Full house on 'em.
You ready,
We're
Devin?
good. We're good with the
Yeah,
mics.
KOC. Let's do this.
Well, Mike, that sounds exciting, enthralling, and very magnifique. It sounds really juicy. I like the closing of the legs and baking at 250. If you know what I'm saying. Slow and low, baby. Get that juices in there. But that being said, I think there was a little bit of there's something going on, and I think it needs to be discussed, validated, and debated in what we like to call a kick-out court, KOC. So this open debate, I believe Josh Rosenbaum takes the stand because he has some grievances he would like to express. So, Mr. Rosenbaum, whenever you are ready, please address the court.
Yes, well, this is just the grand jury phase. We're going to try to get sentencing, and then we're going to continue this court case over the next couple of weeks with fan input. But I'd like to be able to present a couple details to you guys that will make you want to press charges for treason of the kickout crew. Here's detail number one. James Elcorai approached us all in mid-March about creating a podcast. So everybody had knowledge of what was coming. Well, it comes to about 2 weeks ago on the show that will be disclosed later. Devyn said on the show that that show was the best podcast going today. I come to you and I would like to press charges for treason against Devyn, and the details and the judges will be revealed later. But we're going to be bringing in an impartial judge, and we're going to be using fan input. We're going to be putting some questions out there. Maybe you guys can help with that, and maybe even clip the audio for us, because we will put that out there. It's very important that we take care of this early in the process, because if not, it could spread and become a cancer. So that's what I present to the court. Do as you must, you guys. But I'd like to see him tried in the coming weeks.
It's funny. I got a juror summons. I got jury duty tomorrow, so it's funny you do this today.
I heard you get paid $7 a day for that.
So you're alleging that Devyn quoted some other entity as being the best podcast ever, when in fact he is part of one. Is that your main? Just so the court and the fans are clear. Once again, this is a kick out court case, and you can follow along and definitely email your legality questions. Money Mike probably be the only one at kickoutcrewpod@gmail.com.
I bet Brian Haremza might.
Oh yeah,
right by us.
Brian did give a good
You're a
question.
naughty boy,
Mr. Gallagher
Devyn. You're a
fella.
naughty,
How about
naughty
him?
boy.
So Rosie,
I'll get RJ and John Hickson to put one in. RJ and John are good.
are
for
these
one.
the alleged indictments that you were throwing at Devyn?
Yes, because
Treason.
what I think is, and this is just conjecture, and for the people who don't know what that means, that's just my opinion. But I think Devyn is trying to use the kick out crew as a stepping stone to bigger and better things.
Wow.
So I think he's playing both sides of the fence. And if there's a better offer, I mean, especially something from an ad-free shows opportunity, they get a couple more views than we do. I think he'd pounce on it. So
So
we
he's
need
working
someone
on
that's
a player option, you would say.
Why can't you just be like me and just do 2 podcasts and be happy?
Oh,
with
don't
it?
worry, Adam. That's the very first thing I thought of, and we will discuss that later on for sure. Adam,
So
do
I get a chance to
never
defend
invoked
myself?
treason, actually.
no,
What's that,
because
Devyn?
this is just a discovery phase. I'm just presenting the evidence. The case will continue
You
next
gotta
week.
wait.
So we have to, what episode, what do we have to listen to hear what he says?
You have to listen to every episode because this is going to be an ongoing case. Cases aren't decided in one day.
No,
You have
but
to
where do we
gather
say that it
teams.
was
You have to
the best
gather
podcast?
evidence. There may be clips and sound bites that people do not want exposed.
Now, I have it in my phone. I do not know the specific episode, and I don't want to disclose that right now, but I did send it to the group chat. Okay, you guys all heard it. So that's easy to retain. So I will present that tomorrow morning for the fans to listen to and make a decision themselves.
You need a defense lawyer, Devyn?
Yeah, sure. If you're offering at him.
I got you.
I think
Hell
Efren's on your side too, pal. Efren might help
Oh,
you out
I got over half.
Oh,
AFS on
people
my
that
side.
pertain to other entities besides our own are all of a sudden chiming in defense of a guy who is accused of treason. Can't wait to see how this unfolds. Well, I mean, we have one of our own who has not exposed treason, yet is engaged in multiple projects and entities, but he's all of a sudden coming to bat for the guy that is accused of treason.
I
My
gotta
goodness.
teach him how to do it. I gotta teach him
He
he's
did
gotta
not-
step sideways. You can't step over or step up. You gotta step sideways. It's all a dance. And I'll show you how to do it.
Goodness. Well, the lure is set, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess you'll have to tune in to future episodes to see exactly where this goes. And
It's not going to go well for him. That's for damn sure.
it sounds like the IRS and the FBI is already tapping into this. This is exciting stuff at the Kickout Crew for sure. That being said, you'll have to tune into future episodes. And what future episodes and where can you find us? My goodness, I'm glad you asked. We are at Kickout Crew on Twitter. You can email if you want some scoops on this. That is 1-900-909-9900 for the hotline for exclusive updates on this trial. That's a joke. But you can email us at kickoutcrewpod@gmail.com for your comments, questions, and hey, maybe even a suggestion. But I am James L. Corai. I am surprisingly at James L. Corai on Twitter. You can follow me
Not
there.
the host. Not the host.
Yeah, once again, I am not the host, just the Ed McMahon of the production. I guess that being the host, I'm going to kick it on down to Brad Stanton. Brad Stanton, please let the people know where they can find you and how to follow you.
All right, I am at Yes Man
Brad.
any day. I'll be at Yes Man Brad at Twitter on Twitter. Now listen, real quick though, you can find us on all your podcast platforms and YouTube. And please give us 5 stars if you think we've earned it on Apple Podcasts, and a review would be nice as well. 5 stars, as Mr. Matt Hardy would say. And we are a big fan of the Matt Hardy podcast. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Justin Davis today from Ringside Brand and RJ, but mostly Justin today because his team, the Cincinnati Reds, pitched a no-hitter and lost. Woo! That is
Nice.
hard to do, my friend Justin. Hard to
And-
do.
Well,
And the
he pitched
Suns
a
are getting
no-hitter
beat
and
by
lost?
40. And
Anyway,
the Suns are getting beat by 40.
that is it for me. I'll kick it over to Mr. Devyn.
Oh, hold on. I do want to say something about RJ. I'm glad you brought that up. Justin and RJ are really good friends of ours. They support everything we do. JD, really cool guy. RJ, the man of 1,000 voices or something. It's a shame that he chose that one to go with. But hey,
Magical voice.
good job. You know, he does a great job. Go ahead, Devyn.
I am Devyn D19. You can find me on all Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. But I had a fun day today. This was fun 2 matches to cover. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited to keep moving on with you guys.
Nice.
Give them your
Yeah.
Venmo and your PayPal and your Cash App.
You might need it.
That's fun.
Anyway,
You
next
gotta
week,
pay
pal.
'em.
Next week, pal. What do you got, Mike?
I'm Mike. For your Mike's Meat Minute, you can get me at at
Chill,
Whitaker
chill.
1028. You got anything? You need anything? Just hit me up.
Say one more time. I was talking during it. Your Twitter handle.
Oh, at Whitaker 1028.
All right, Mr. Coach Rosie.
Yep, just get a hold of me at Real Coach Rosie. Can help you with your mortgage needs, help you with your basketball needs, and if you just need to get a smile put on your face, hit me up. It's a beautiful time. It's summer. We got lots. Sarcast was just introduced, And this next coming week, I think there's going to be something that drops every single day. I know one thing, there's definitely going to be wrestling matches there. I wonder who is going to be wrestling.
That's a teaser.
Stay tuned.
Who's left? Adam?
Adam.
Bring it on home. Adam, 2 pods. We saved the money, man, for last. Look at this motherfucker. Hey, we appreciate the rise he's on. At least he's not accused of treason, but he's defending treason. That being said, Adam, Mr. 2 pods, big time. Take it away, brother.
I can't help you with mortgages, nothing like that. But anytime you want to chop up, talk about some good wrestling, the good times, the bad times, just chop it up anytime. Just holler at me I believe it is Adam _from_Bama, if I'm not mistaken. And then just one more thing I just want to put out, and if you don't leave this in, that's fine. You can cut it out. But over on Top Guy Theater, we're talking about Marathon Madness. And the only reason why I bring it up is because it's for research for autism. So they're doing it's called a M3 for charity. It's a 24-hour WrestleMania marathon to raise money for the organization for autism awareness, for autism research. So just if you can donate, 2 awesome shirts you can buy, but it's just mainly for the cause. That's the only reason I want to put it out there, because I believe it's a real good cause. And Phil Jackson's behind that, so y'all can give him a shout too.
I definitely want to piggyback on that. It is a good cause. 24 hours straight, I believe they're live streaming 24 hours straight. We'll get you. What do you have the date on hand? June?
Yeah, it's June 4th. Starts at 7 a.m.
I'll be coming in live from Seattle.
All the
Getting
proceeds
ready to go on the cruise ship.
Buy shirts. All the proceeds go to a great cause.
Yeah, to OAR.
Definitely autism research. That's something near and dear to everyone, because honestly, a lot of people have autism, and a lot of people are on the spectrum, and it's a wide ranging thing, and it's not something that you necessarily see all the time, but maybe somebody that you see that maybe looks normal to you might actually be suffering from something like that. So it's obviously a good cause to donate to. Shout out Frank, shout out Phil, and shout out Top Guy Theater. That's a really awesome thing that they're doing, and I'm glad to support that and plug that on our shit for sure.
Awesome,
Real quick,
guys.
James, before we go off the air, do you know what matches we're talking about next week?
I was actually about to ask that.
I know we are definitely talking about, so from WrestleMania, or no, not WrestleMania, from the latest WrestleMania Backlash, we are going to talk about Omos versus Bobby Lashley. We are going to do a big man comparison. We're not gonna argue it. We're not doing the John, relax, okay? We're not stealing your show, I promise you, pal.
We're not debating.
But we're gonna try to have a theme for the future episodes, and we're gonna talk about big men. So it's going to be Omos versus John Lashley for the first match. And honestly, God, I can't remember.
John Lashley. You said
John.
John.
Did I say John? Bobby.
He said John Lashley.
Bobby, oh, okay.
I'm 3 drinks.
That's his
in
brother,
now.
like Elias.
Energy
Like
drink.
Elias.
What was the second match there? Mike, you were the one that threw it out there, didn't you?
It was a Kevin Nash and the Giant match.
Like it. I like it a lot. Wait, where's it from though?
I have no idea. I'll look it up in that Giant on Twitter.
So, Starcade.
All right. Well, guys, we'll put that out on
Starcade, yeah, something.
Drink a lot of caffeine before I watch this.
James, take it home, buddy.
Well,
Your
ladies
show.
and gentlemen, another exciting episode of the Kickout Crew. I'm glad you were able to join us. I know we had fun. I hope you guys have fun. Obviously, watch us, listen to us, download us, leave 5-star reviews, do whatever you need to. But that being said, I guess I speak for everyone here when I say thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you for giving us a chance. We fucking love it. So hope to see you around next time. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
See ya.